If you are looking for a special holiday book to read to your children, your grandchildren, maybe you're a teacher, just to pass it to a special little person in your life, I have got the perfect book for you. It's called Miss Claus and Her Bunnies. And the author is Dr. Ten Brink. Welcome, Dr. Ten Brink. I'm glad you're here today.
Thank you for having me, Suzanne. I'm so excited to be here, and I am so excited to share my book with your listeners.
I'm about ready for it to snow. Between the way you and I look, I think that really it could literally start snowing in our studios right now.
I
We're
would
so
love
decked
that.
out.
We probably have
So
a filter to cause that to
they
happen.
probably do. They do. Listen, why don't you tell me about your book, Miss Claus and Her Bunnies?
Suzanne,
Yeah.
this is my little book. First of all, look how
Oh,
precious.
so cute.
So I'm just going to tell you what you need to know.
Okay.
First of all, there is more magic in the North Pole than Santa, elves, and reindeer.
Really?
Who knew?
Okay.
So Santa and Mrs. Claus have children. And I'm not talking about elves. Elves are a whole different being that
Okay.
do a lot of the work. I'm not diminishing them at all.
Right.
But Santa and Miss Claus have children. And Elizabeth Claus is their youngest child. And Elizabeth's job at the North Pole is to manage the magical bunnies. So there's a lot of work to be done, and people thought that the elves did all the work. And they do a lot of the work. I don't want to say they don't,
Yeah.
but Miss Claus manages the bunnies. So look at the beautiful art in my book.
Oh
It's
my
it's so
goodness.
precious. First of all, she loves her job. She's a young girl, so our heroine is a girl. The bunnies are magical. There we go.
Wow.
Uh-huh. And Miss Claus manages them. She has social events because workplace, we have social events in our workplace too.
Sure. Sure.
She makes a list and checks it twice to utilize each bunny's strength.
Okay, so
So the
there
bunnies are assigned to their work by their
okay.
strengths.
Okay. What are some of the strengths? What are the characteristics of some of the bunnies?
Well, we know that rabbits are quick.
Yes.
So some of them work in Santa's toy factory. Now, in this photograph, you'll see bunnies. Here's a bunny. There's a bunny.
Yeah.
And there are elves. So they're working together, but bunnies are quick. So they're in the toy factory with Santa.
Okay.
But Angora bunnies, be sure you look for images on Google. Angora bunnies have lots and lots of fur. So the Angora bunnies manage the plush animal department. So
Okay.
they can test the softness of each animal's plush.
They can tell how genuine and how realistic it is.
Yes.
That's a tough tester.
Bunnies eat carrots, so they have good eyesight.
Mhm.
And some of the bunnies edit the instruction sheets the children have to
Right?
read to complete the rector sets, etc.
Oh, sure.
Now, Suzanne, everybody wants Santa in the sky on Christmas Eve.
Right.
So you may be familiar. We want our listeners to be familiar with NORAD. Elizabeth assigns the hares to NORAD.
Okay,
And
which
this
is
is
the North what's that stand for again?
North American radar, I don't know.
Okay.
And their job is to make sure that the airspace is clear for Santa's trip.
Okay. Okay.
And we want your listeners to pay attention to that because on Christmas Eve, the meteorologists around the United States, they will track Santa on NORAD. Well, it's the bunnies working at NORAD that cause that to be safe.
Okay.
Now, don't laugh or tease,
Okay.
but Santa's uniform can be a tight squeeze. So Elizabeth hires the Flemish giants to try on all of Santa's uniforms. And the bunnies control the diets of Mr. and Miss Claus.
Okay.
Yes, they do. They have a lot of work. They have a lot of work to do. And then on Christmas Eve, And the elves have loaded the sleigh. Santa's on his way, and Miss Claus and her bunnies meet in the square of Santa Land to send Santa off with song.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So sweet.
I mean, you accomplish so much with this. I mean, cooperation, and what I love, I'm really into personality tests, and I see how you've got the right people in the right seats on the train.
Yes.
They know exactly
Yes.
what their job is. They were hired for their strengths, and they all just work like a little factory.
They're a little factory, so there's teamwork. Our heroine is a female with a great deal of responsibility. We
Mhm.
see diversity, inclusion,
Mhm.
because uh, and then I love the fact that everybody is given a job to their strength, so they're
Yeah.
doing what they are good at, and then Elizabeth makes sure that there's job satisfaction. Pretty precious.
That is a beautiful story. How did you come up with that?
Thank you for asking. I have got to show you. This is the cutest thing you'll ever see.
Okay.
So, just Christmas 2020. So we're not even talking 12
Oh my
months
goodness.
ago.
Yeah?
I had my grandbaby at this house, and look at this. My
Oh.
husband comes into the room. My husband, who's my age, comes into the room wearing a bunny pajamas. And he picks up his 1-year-old granddaughter,
Mhm.
who is wearing her Santa pajamas. So, Suzanne, Miss Claus and her bunny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness.
Please, listeners, look everywhere in your environment. Look everywhere. Be aware so that you can find inspiration, whatever you're doing, whatever's happening. It may seem like a joke or funny, or a bird speaks to you, or you hear water rippling in the pond, but look for the things that inspire you.
Hmm. There's a story in the world going on around us, and you just have to see it.
Exactly. Thank you, Suzanne. That
Yeah.
was so well said.
You know, it's not a surprise that you have been a teacher for many, many years. You are so inspiring and encouraging, and a book like this, I mean, my goodness, this what a great Christmas present, first of all, and the tradition of passing down these stories, and it just seems like one of those books that would go from bin to bin in generations and go, "Oh, that's right under your baby clothes." You know, it's just one of those books that you never toss or, give away.
So, Suzanne, what I'm hoping is that this time next Christmas, you and I'll be
Mhm.
talking, and we'll start seeing bunnies in little navy costumes and bunnies in little baker costumes at
Mm.
all the Christmas stores.
That would be very fun. I love it. Thank you for your inspiration and your creativity. You are with Book Launch International. We're so thankful that they share you with us. Tell us how to get a hold of this book.
Well, I have a website, and I would love you to visit, and your listeners to visit my website, author Barbara 10 brink.com.
Very good. And we will put that on the screen. Of course, if you're listening, you can go right to that website. Real quick sneak peek. Anything else coming up for in the
Well,
children's line?
Well, I have another children's book called 8 Pound Cows. I'm a rancher, and I run cows, and I work out among my cows, and they're very docile. They're wonderful, wonderful animals, sweet, sweet animals. And so I thought, what if my cows weighed 8 pounds? We could hold them in our lap, drive around the countryside. I could scrub them in the sink with perfume
Yes.
soap, put bows
Oh,
on their
they would be little pets.
yes.
Oh, Dr. Tim Brink, thank you so much for joining us. Have a very great day and a wonderful, blessed holiday.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you.